talk is entitled Watch Your Language, just to get your attention. The flip side of that is that it's about the power of communication and perception in the real estate transaction. I really do appreciate Dino and Mona giving me the opportunity to get up here and tell you the stuff you might not hear from a mentor, a teacher, Brian Buffini. I'm going to give you a completely different perspective. So, my background is in financial counseling and education, as well as being a budget analyst and a research analyst. I love to learn, so in addition to being a realtor, I'm a true believer in continuous education. I also hold the Certified Negotiation Expert designation, the CRS designation, and the Military Reload Pro designation. I'm working on a couple others. Now, why do I do this? I do this to take the best care I can of my clients and my community, because it's not about me. It's about everyone trusting me with the sale or purchase of their home. And I want to bring all the knowledge and skills I have to bear. Part of what I do is I'm really careful about language and perception. It's not my deal, it's not my transaction, and it's not my commission. It's the Shields home sale. It's the Bertram's purchase. It's my move-up buyers relocating to the Springs. It's theirs. It's not about me. When I'm talking to my clients, I use a lot of examples, colorful language, things that help inject my weird sense of humor, but also get the point across in a very real way. So I'll tell my clients, I'm a relational agent. I'm not a transactional agent. That means that if you buy from me, or sell with me, you are in my database, you're in my tribe, you get invites to my fall and spring client and community appreciation events. So I have clients who will call me to say, hey, I just need a CMA. Hey, how much is my house appreciated? What if I just looked for land? Or even, hey Amy, what's the best microbrew selection in Aurora? My favorite question so far, because we're 10-year home brewers. The other thing that I like to say is, I work half days. Nice, clear communication. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., they can reach me. I pick up my phone, I respond to texts. 12 hours a day, 12 out of 24, that's a half day, isn't it? Right? Another one of my jokes is that I have, what I tell my clients freely, are bad boundaries. In other words, if it's legal and I can do it and I can assist my clients through what we know is one of the most stressful transactions in our lives, right? When you think about stress and the stress pyramid, losing a loved one, changing jobs, relocating, buying, selling large property, they're right up there. So, I scoop cat boxes, I walk dogs so there can be showings, I transport yowling cats in carriers in the pouring rain, I do dump runs, I have even had a client store a sports car in the third bay of my garage. If I can do it, if it's within my power, why not? Another thing that I do with language is when something goes wrong, when there's an issue in the transaction, I give it only the credit it deserves. It's a hiccup, it's turbulence, and I warn all my clients, every transaction has turbulence. So then when something's going wrong, I can pick up the phone, and yes, I pick up the phone and I speak in person when it's bad news. I don't text because it's easier. So I pick up the phone and I say, okay, remember I told you about that turbulence? We hit it. Now here's where we're at. Now, picking up the phone is an act of bravery, I'm going to tell you, because we're going to go back to, it's your client's most stressful time. Do I get yelled at? Yes. Do I get sworn at? Yes, too. But again, it's not about me. It's about the stress of what they're going through. And for me to say, I understand how you feel that way, and continue to maintain an even keel, allows them to vent, and then we can turn it back around and become solution focused again. And our goals are still the same. So, how do we want to reach those goals? When a transaction doesn't work out, I look at it and see what I can learn from it, and then I let it go and say it was in the best interest of my client for this outcome to have occurred. Because then again, It's not personal, it's not about me. It's not my journey, it's not your journey, we facilitate it. I'm honored to have been able to speak with you today, and I hope some of what I have to say from my non-sales, non-traditional path in real estate will be helpful to you, but honestly, even more importantly, to your clients. In closing, 2 thoughts. It's not about you. Check your ego at the door, everything will go better. We're in human service first. Thank you.